What's up, everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades. And last time around, did a little bit of a silly playthrough with the shield, in which we decided to basically do a no standard attack playthrough, or very close to it, and relied almost entirely on our cast and our special. And you know, I think we proved some things, or at least came much further than I would have expected us to have come in that run, because somehow we made it all the way into Elysium. So I don't think we'll go on quite as extreme of a journey this time around. I think we will continue to use the coin purse. Maybe... yeah, sure, we'll continue to use the shield. But we'll be a little more open to using other sorts of attacks. Namely, our default attack, if we deem that necessary. That is, unless, of course, we get something amazing here. It totally changes things up. Let's see. Your Bull Rush gains a power shot that deals plus 300% damage. So that's basically like the bow, I think, in that it's when we're charging up our default attack, but as long as we time that correctly. Otherwise, your Bull Rush charges much faster, but does not knock foes away, or your special also deals damage to nearby foes. Let's try this. I'm not certain just how often we're going to pull it off. But we'll give it a go. So, starting off with the coins, the extra coins at least, in this round. And I think what I want to do with that is, more so than in the past, I want to see if we can deliberately try to save up more than we have in previous runs. And that probably means not using any of the mini shops and saving up for the big ones, and see if we can maximize the amount of times when we're buying multiple things from a given shop. Let's see. Go Ares, or we can go Artemis. I think I kind of like, well, I like either. Let's go Ares. I was gonna say, with the shield, you don't have a ton of range. So you can maybe make the case that doing things to gain more range could be helpful, or other forms of damage that can hit enemies from far could be helpful. And Artemis certainly has those things, or at least can have those things, but Ares can too.
Unlike the one my good sister Athena likes to flash around. You have much better taste.
Thank you. Let's see what you have for us. Special inflicts doom. Ooh, or we can get epic Ares aid, I think. Let's jump on that opportunity early. And we will go chaos. Now, granted, one of the primary challenges of saving up coins, we want to see to what extent can we limit the amount of life upgrades
darkness
do we need to have in order to get through these lower floors, where at this rate we should be fairly comfortable going without those life upgrades and instead saving up.
Before the Son of Hades, I have arbitrarily selected only 3 again from which to let you choose.
The hope there being that that means we'll have more coins later on and can benefit from having one more boon or one more upgrade than we might have otherwise had. Ooh, what is this? Next to the encounters, you cannot earn coins. Afterward, your dash deals a lot of extra damage. I mean, we were just saying that we want to maximize our coins. That is a big number, though. Why you do this to me, game? Alright, go in that route. It's gonna be a little dangerous, but it allows us to continue our coin strategy. Oh, almost missed you there. Don't let that blow up on us. Then grab this. Thank you. Oh, I don't think I didn't see that. Sneak that by me. Okay, and there is a shop. We have 227 which is good, not great. Let's give it a go, though. I mean, the point is that we want to save our spending for these encounters here. And not do things like this that are longer term upgrades. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I was going to say that is arguably something that may or may not be worthwhile.
More pests.
From a major shop. Ooh, someone needs to be there. It's gotta be more, right? I think I underestimate how much damage those guys do. Because it looks like they deal very little, but they hit you a lot of hits very frequently. So I think it adds up pretty quickly. Like just 1 damage per hit, potentially. But if you hit us 20 times, I mean, it's probably not that much, but it adds up. Now we almost have all the money that we spent in the previous shop, and nothing else to note in here. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. One of these, huh? Who's next? This does actually seem very convenient to have the shield for this encounter. Not gonna lie. I think if we dash through enemies' attacks like that, we still don't technically take damage. Just gonna hide over here for a second. And I'm not sure that we got hit at all in that room, actually. Which may be the first time that we could say that of one of those challenge rooms. Don't see anything else in here. Okay. On to areas, and it looks like we're going to be going into, I assume this means a challenge room? Champion. Namely, bomber dudes, or, yeah, bomber dudes. You guys would stand right next to the wall, where I can wall slam you consistently. That would be fantastic. Fortunately, you apparently do not drop any bombs on death. Our chaos effect wore off, so now we get better chance of getting rare stuff, and that is certainly the case here. We have 10% damage increase across the board. After you take damage, inflict doom on surrounding enemies for a lot of damage. Your dash creates a blade rift where you started. I think this is actually very powerful. And that I have generally underrated it a bit. I like this a lot too, but see the chance to make this epic.
This means war.
I think we ought.
More numbskulls.
Oh, can you attack me through there? I don't know.
There.
Gotta be more, right? Yep. Pick your side, though. Gotta get rid of this thing. Ooh, and I kinda saw that one coming. Did get hit once there by the spikes.
Yes.
Shouldn't have let that happen, but we did pick up some life. Okay, so this is the thing that I was saying we ought to try to avoid. Trying to rely, or not having to rely on life upgrades like this, or damage upgrades. Maybe you could still make the case for things like guaranteed troves, or guaranteed chaos encounters, but outside of that, trying to minimize the amount of time to rely on that stuff, so that we can focus on the long-term benefits. Oop. Be careful. Speaking of tropes. There are a lot of explosions here. You. You're still here. Try to get clever. Hitting you with the dash. There we go. We were saving up for a major upgrade that I thought cost 200 gems, but apparently it actually costs 300, so I guess we're not actually as close as I thought. Stub does give us the opportunity to get a lot of extra coins, so this is right along the lines of what we're looking for. As for how easily and quickly we can get this done, maybe that's a different story, but we'll see. There we go. Not bad.
Useless.
There we go.
Okay. Over 100 extra coins, and now we have a lot. Great if we could get one more shop. At least before this next boss fight. We need to take care of you. You are next. Let's go through there. Still one more over here? No? Made that up. We're getting a lot of the ranged enemies. Explosion-y types. You guys too. That still hit. Which is a little unfortunate, given our limited range we were talking about earlier. As the shield is our primary weapon here. There we go.
God's grant me strength.
Alright, so we can upgrade our aid or blade dash. Both are from areas, both are epic. I think. Let's upgrade our aid.
I'll earn your favor yet.
Ooh, this does pain me a bit. Pass up the opportunity for shop when we have this many coins. I mean, we will, I'm sure, run into shops in the future, and we'll just have more opportunity to upgrade then. Even upgrade our existing skills. I like our existing skills. That would be cool too. So I think this is one of the rare circumstances in which you could actually make a very strong case that it is not worthwhile to take Chaos, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just in case.
Master
There's an
Chaos,
amazing
I
deal
return.
here. Let's see.
In the name of Hades.
And the next 4 chambers, ward previews are hidden. It's not terrible, given how we are going to have the boss showing up pretty soon, so, I mean, we don't really need to know the reward for that room. But still, that's a few more after that. And dash attack damage is something, but it's not amazing. And next 3 encounters you take increased damage. I'd rather not have that for the boss fight. Although the attack damage is really good. And then, for this one, standard coins. On another run, I might have said, yeah, sure. I like getting the opportunity to get more darkness afterward, but that's the whole point of this run, right? So, I mean, this is a risk. So let's go for it. It absolutely means that we will have that active for the boss encounter. I suspect this will be our last room before the boss. And tell you what, I actually think on this occasion we take life, because I think this is going to be a free life room, whereas in the shop we'd have to pay for whatever upgrades we get, so we just save these coins for a future shop upgrade. Yeah.
Much better.
It's definitely the case, because that is the indicator that we are about to walk into the boss room. We did say that we were going to get more damage on us,
Guessing.
so,
Sure
oh.
enough.
It's not Meg.
Know something, Red Blood? Try as I might, I still have not forgiven you for beating me last time. Call it a crippling character flaw, I don't know.
I don't remember which one specifically she is. I think she's the one that has a rage meter, but I could be wrong.
Forgiveness can take time, though self-reflection is a healthy step. We're making progress.
Well done.
You think we're making progress? Here? Why, you piece of trash. I'll show you progress.
I think she's the one with the rage meter. Yep, she is. Don't do that, please. Not the only one that can charge. Ooh, I did, however, get hit by that. little silly. Over here. Maybe. Thank you. I probably don't want to be going up against you when you have your rage active. Though it recently came to my attention, I think in the last run, that it is actually possible to have her step into the spikes and take damage. She's not immune to them, as you might have expected her to be. Like that. You should have taken damage from that. Nearly took damage from that, I bet. Over here. Alright, she is only just under half HP. It's not great, but we haven't taken much damage yet ourselves. Where is she? Charging stuff up. Dude, that was a bad place to stand. Wanted to try to get fancy. Wasn't a great idea. Oh, how dare you interrupt me like that? Also, probably not somewhere I was supposed to stand. Okay. Doing this. He is also getting hit by those spikes on occasion, which I do like. Oop, I did not want to go there. Alright, this is when she is not going to lose that rage anytime soon, is she? Yeah, I don't think so. Ooh, she is faster. She actually blocked that, it looks like. I didn't know she could do. I mean, we can whittle her down with our dash damage, but I don't think that's really the way to go. Ooh, I stepped directly on that, and that. Ooh, that was silly of me. There we go. Probably could have used that earlier.
See you later.
There we go. Some darkness out of it, and I hope we may not quite be able to fill up all of our life off of this, but we'll see.
Oh, I didn't see you coming.
Not quite.
Got to keep going. Well, I did.
Okay, so again, I'm gonna resist the urge to do that. Could maybe make the case that we ought to invest in an Infernal Trove, and that would be worth more than the 30 coins that we spend for it. But I'm deliberately going to try to hold on to
Just go on.
our pretty nice amount of coins here, and hopefully get several rounds of things in our next drop or two. Okay, heard something special here, but maybe I'm making things up. Off we go. Yeah, like I said, last time with the shield, we somehow made it into Elysium with only using special and cast. Uh-oh. See the who. Oh, and that is just oh so convenient. Would have been great if that blew up on the food, but of course it didn't. Is that a better form of damage? It might be. And yes, of course. It's gonna have more than just this guy going forward, I would assume. I thought I saw two things spawn in there. I almost walked into that. There we go. Thought there. Oh, no. Maybe it was just that. Ooh. Okay, this is a bit of a nasty combo.
What now?
Love. Get rid of you. There we go. You. We step in the fire momentarily there? We might have. But all in all, I think pretty solid. Okay. So, here's the question. We don't have many booms at the moment, so it would be helpful to get the Hermes effect there. However, if we really want to maximize our coins, we go this way. I don't know if it's going to pay off, because at this point we have probably well over the amount of coins that we would want to use in our next shop. But hey, we'll see. That's part of the experiment, right? Okay, one down. Suspect are several more boot, potentially even after boot. That was silly thing. Even after we take heat. But if we could get a few quickly, that would be great.
My boon from chaos is.
Alright, so that was the chaos boon that was making us take more damage, but then
Probably won't miss a couple coins.
what was it? Deal more damage with our normal attack since it was done? I think. Okay, so now we can go gems, or we can go. I mean, have to go shop, right? Saved up plenty enough. Time to spend.
Must be something I can use.
Still don't think we could spend all of our coins even if we wanted to here. Yeah. So, get this and this. I think I'm going to save on the darkness.
I can use this.
Ooh, our special is faster. Dash +2 more times in a row. We move faster. I mean, not so inclined to rely on our special that much after what we did last time, but okay, fine.
Time to pick up the pace.
And we'll get the life upgrade, and see, we still have a lot of coins left over. So even if we get a shop, I mean, it's not in this room, but maybe the one afterward, we'd still be able to do a lot. Uh-oh. I recognize this room. Bet I do. Still don't really know who is the better one to target. Should we be going for the boot, or should we be going for the Medusa? Typically, I've targeted the Medusa. Uh-oh. That may be the wrong course of action. Also, standing in the fire, almost certainly wrong course of action. Love, we could get a call. That would probably be very helpful. Deliberately go for you now. Okay. And our dash damage. Oh, dash damage can be useful too here. You are both relatively stationary. I do see we have a call. Save this encounter. Oh, bad place to get frozen. That much is for certain. Alright, Medusa. Ow. I stood right in the middle of that. Medusa's on life. You're gone. So that's big. Alright. Time to use this. Or not. I would love you to come back over here so I could use my call. But it's very difficult to do anything when you are hovering over the lava like that. Ooh, and that did not really work as well as intended. You come back here, give you another call. Really? Okay, there we go. I do believe we are invulnerable during that effect, which is notable when she's hovering over the lava like that. But anyways, not very well done, but it's done,
The old
thankfully.
shield was forged much later in its image. You'll have to tell me someday how you found it.
And what do we have here? In each encounter with your god gauge partially full, I love this effect. This is amazing. Reduced damage from foes is also very useful, and I mean, bear in mind we have very little HP at the moment. I didn't take a look at what the next room we're going into is, so I don't know if we should expect to immediately take damage, or if it's, or well, if there's chance to take damage, or if it's just like a shop or some other room that doesn't have any enemies in it. There are enemies in here.
Bloodless.
Fortunately, I was very cooperative. Ooh, there are a lot of you. Love, if I could maybe split you up a bit. I don't have to take you all on simultaneously. Or if you could, you know, just hang out in the lava, that would also be helpful. You didn't die into the lava that time? How dare you? You too. There we go. More? More. Oh, not where I wanted to get stuck, nor was that. Oh, man. Pretty terrible positioning on my part, but here we go. Shorter than I would have liked it to have been. Love to get rid of these projectiles. Done. We're low HP at the moment. Of course, I'm not a big fan of. We did have a little more ability to use a call there.
Look, I know you're not in a good spot right now. You must be really out of sorts. Though maybe this might numb the pain a bit.
Ooh. THANOS. Attack inflicts poison. Do we have any additional stuff on our normal attack? I mean, quite frankly, we could use this probably the most right now. It's a short-term solution. You
Have to keep going.
Unless there's something like this. Which I think we ought to do. It does have the potential to save us. But also, potentially, kill us. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, I don't like that you are all ranged enemies. Love to finish you off, or any of you off, really. Remember, we are technically on a timer right now, and not doing this so quickly at the moment. Really? Oh, you are mean. Well, 51 life. That was not good.
Peace and quiet.
But I think we did technically gain a little bit of life out of that. Not a lot. So that was less than ideal. Still better.
Next island.
Better than nothing, but less than ideal. So we'll have enemies in it.
More slam dances.
And this guy can't be the only one. Please don't do that. Having more, right? Yep. Bigger ones at that, it seems. Ow! I'm stuck on that thing. And I missed. Right, you ought to be dead. You look like you want to throw that directly at your feet. More. Uh-oh. A lot. I don't really want to get stuck in the lava. Great. We could throw you guys in the lava. That would prove very helpful. Also, generally fairly stationary. So dashing could do a fair bit here. We'll do this. Oh, I jumped straight into that.
I'll take them.
Yikes. We did okay until the very end there where I took a fair bit of unneeded damage. Okay, so here My guess is that this is the last encounter before the boss fight, and we pretty much need to choose the shop on the hope that there will be some way of increasing our life.
Charon.
There is. I mean, this isn't really the type of thing we were hoping to save up for, but
Here's the fee.
not sure we have much of a choice here. Well, of course, take this. Special poison. Cast lobs a projectile that bursts into a festive fog. Does blast damage. And impairs foes' movement speed for a little while. But otherwise, if your life is low after encounters, restore to this threshold. I mean, it's not going to help us immediately, this upcoming boss fight. If we survive the boss fight, then it might give us a little bit of extra health, but then we're going to get healed at the end of it anyway, so I'm not sure that makes a huge difference, but yeah, sure.
Cheers to that.
And then, call me crazy, but not loving our chances right now. So I know we were saving up for the good stuff.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
I think we do take that. Because I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna pull this one off.
Bone Hydra. It's been too long.
That's it. Oh, that was silly of me. Oh, what I was doing there. We very much like having the opportunity to dash right next to you like that, although I'm not sure. There we go. Worked that time. One of these to get you. There we go. Ow. Maybe I'm a little too aggressive, though. Wishful thinking. Shoot again. Don't mind me. Just being patient. Okay. On the first of these phases. Similarly, getting the chance to use our dash to deal a bit of damage can also be helpful. This little guy. Oh! I was gonna avoid most of that damage. Oh, I clicked out of the game at a very interesting time. Okay, now we have you. We have basically done nothing to you thus far. Okay, you're shooting stuff at me. One moment, please. Try to leave that for you. Dash damage. And I'm doing that again. Fortunately, can leave that dash damage. It does seem like a good way to finish them off. And that one is dead. Now we have you. You're gonna do this. Which actually you didn't aim very well on, thankfully. You have, I believe, a complete cast. Or a complete special, rather, if I recall. Or just throw all the terms out there. One of them will be right. All. All is the right term. Oh, had a little more time on that than I realized. Oops. It was helpful, for sure. Might have been able to do slightly more with it. Love to get you out, though. Okay, don't stand in lava. That would be bad. Right, you are done. That's something. You do your thing over there. No, you're just hiding. Now I'll get you. Now you're smashing. That can finish you up. Maybe not. Ow. Now I'll come back, or maybe not. Maybe yes. Yes. Okay. Your turn. Don't mind me. That was good. It's like, come back. That'd be great. I think it probably pays to be patient, though. Yeah. That gonna finish you off? Not quite. That will, though. And now you're gonna get mad at me. Do that. Now you're gonna do this. Now you're gonna shoot a bunch of things at me again. You fortunately did not do a great job of hitting me with. That time you did, though. Ow. And you're gonna do that again. Now you're impervious, and it should be last round of your little friends, but where are they starting? One's first, you. Ooh, I walked straight into that. It'd be great if we could... got hit by that. If we could finish off one of you early. Make life a little easier on ourselves here. Not doing a very good job of picking the right ones, though, apparently. Improve your life bar, at least. Ooh, I think that hit me. Ow. We're very close to a full call meter. Not quite there, I don't think. I'm gonna try to hold off. Now we are. Love to finish off with one more head, though, because I'm not sure we can get all of these guys in one greater call. Ooh, I did get hit by that. Saw that. Trying to be patient. I want to finish him off with that call, if possible. Ooh, don't stand there, okay. Not a lot of damage on that go-round. Ow. Did it still hit me? Abject. Ooh, and you went right through the barrier. I also object. Okay, patience. As much as I want to finish you off quicker, rather do it without taking damage. Ooh. Now I think you're gonna have quite so many projectiles. Likewise with you. Wait it out a little bit here. Oh. Okay, you're down. Wait for you. Alright, I think now we're just talking one hit. Should be comparatively pretty straightforward. That is if I don't go straight into those attacks. For that. Saw that one coming, thankfully. Okay, patience. Patience. There we go. Now you. Now this. Come on. Come on. There we go. We did it. It was slow. And we might have been able to squeeze in an extra call if I had not waited on the full call there for as long as we did. But it worked. Sort of. We made it pass.
They're already expecting you, Elysium.
Really? I thought you would always say that we aren't worthy of Elysium. Okay, so we have been using the coin purse, which gives us a starting amount of coins, a higher amount of starting coins. And since we're past the first floor, it's no longer doing anything for us. It's already given us that bonus. So if we really wanted to make it as far as possible, then we ought to switch into a different keepsake. As for which one makes the most sense, I mean, probably either the Black Shawl or the Lucky Tooth, since those are some life-generating things that would kick in this floor when things start to get particularly difficult. Let's go with the Lucky Tooth.
All set.
I mean, I am interested in trying to level up that coin purse as much as possible, but we've done that a fair bit here already. Last time we deliberately didn't change it out, partially for that reason, partially to further increase the challenge. This time will be a little more logical, and a little less challenge for the sake of just challenge. Okay, I think we go this way. Who's here? You. See you. See you too. Gotta be more, right? Oh, not see you. Here, thank you. More? Yeah.
May I help you?
Oh, I want to have to blow up on you. Stop running. Blow up on. Oh, that might have blown up on me. It hit me with that. There is another archer over there that I'm not paying a ton of attention to. You. Okay. Not terrible.
Power.
The bull rush charges much faster, but does not knock foes away. That's not as... or the knock away part is not as meaningful anymore, because in Asphodel, it meant you might be able to knock them into the fire, whereas that's no relevant. Special also deals damage to nearby foes. Your special can strike up to 6 additional foes before returning. Let's do this.
There, that's
I
it.
know we went all out on the special last time around, but I have not using the special much at all this time. And we could continue to try to stockpile the coins. But I think we've already proved our point there. Well, to a certain extent. We don't have a lot of boots. So we're trying to take things a little more seriously now than we ought to do this. Where are you? You gotta go. Okay, did get you. Almost walked straight into that. And gotta get you. Gonna be more where that came from, you sure? Yep. Oh, some of these guys. Hoping that our dash can take care of you for the most part. Seems like it has generally done that. There are more. Ooh, might still manage to blow up on me though. There we go. Got a trap kill. No less? Okay, Aphrodite, help us out here. What do you have?
I sense the mark of my Lord Ares on you, love. He's poorly understood among the gods, yet surely you can see fair qualities in him and me.
That depends. What do you have? Cast fires a reduced range spread pattern that inflicts weak. Okay. after you take damage, damage nearby foes and inflict weak. That is useful. Resist some damage from nearby foes' attacks. Specifically nearby. I mean, if we're using the shield, are we more or less likely to get hit by nearby enemies? Sure. Let's go this route. I think we could make a case for middle one as well. And there is a trove here. Of what sort? I mean, we were eyeing picking up more of those gems, but I think I'm always skeptical once we get to Elysium of the troves. At least the ones that have more longer-term benefits and not things that benefit you right off the bat, because we haven't made it that far into Elysium, and the enemies are far more difficult to cover. So, I feel as though we ought to be a little more mindful. We're really trying to get those guys with our dash. But I think they did a really good job in that last round. There is also an archer, however, which does make this a little more complicated to do that this time. Oh, there are multiple archers. Make it more difficult to do that this time around. Come on. There, got you. Now you. Stop that. The knockback is actually a little annoying when we're trying to get those little eyeballs, the souls, I think they technically are, of those enemies, because you knock them around and you have to chase them down. So we can go Athena or we can go Hermes. I think Athena has more damage reduction related things, whereas Hermes has some more dodge related things. Are the two defensive things that could be useful for us. Could certainly make a case for either. I do see that Athena has the skull there, which looks like that means there's a champion in that room. Whereas I don't see that for Hermes, so I think we take this route.
Something's amiss.
Maybe.
Death approaches.
What? What is this?
Thought you could just get away from me, did you?
Is that? Charon? Maybe?
Thanatos.
No.
I figured it was only a matter of time before Father sent you after me to do his dirty work.
Zagreus, is that really why you think I'm here? Let's see how many of these wretches you can kill before I send them to the lowest depths, where you belong yourself.
What?
Here come your father's forces.
Oh, we have to outdo him. I don't know about that. I'm skeptical. I mean, maybe with our... Oh, steal my kills, dude. Maybe with our call, we could make this work in our favor. I don't know what that means. It has that mark above its head. Like that. Does that mean he's going to kill it after a certain amount of time? Probably. I think so. I have no idea what the score is right now. I'm guessing he is winning. I don't really know what I'm doing. I totally missed that. No! My kill.
That one's come back. One's rearming.
How'd we do? Alright, well. You have Hermes. What are you doing? Okay, one sec. I'm assuming we can talk to Hermes and still talk to this Thanatos guy afterward. That was cool.
You get the fitting life moving all too quickly for you, boss? Well, Dionysus doesn't, as you're probably aware. Throws quite a feast, though.
Okay. Against the dodge, after you dash, gain a bunch of move speed. This actually could be kind of useful with all the enemies now in this area that will put the little target on our heads and make it hard to avoid getting hit by the arrows or potentially even looking forward to Theseus. But the dash could also be helpful too, or the dodge rather, could also be helpful too. Let's try this. I think it's a little more obvious. A little more straightforward what that benefit is, whereas with the other one, it's a little more theoretical. Alright, what is the deal with you? Also, I love this music. It's so cool.
You left without so much as telling me goodbye. I suppose you knew I'd catch up with you sooner or later. Is that it? No escaping death and all?
I would imagine we know each other pretty well, given how we are the son of Hades and you are apparently death incarnate.
I left when it was necessary, Than. I thought of you and hoped you'd understand. I have to do this.
That's more motivation than I've ever heard from you. Well, if you won't say it, I'll say it. Goodbye, Zagreus.
Oh. Alright. A lot of questions, not a lot of answers. But let's keep moving. Okay, and is this... Well, I'm not sure if this is going to be Minotaur immediately after this. Probably not. We take this, and take this, and we may even take this, because I'm not so sure when the next time we're going to be coming around to shop is.
The vast and multitudinous riches of both the surface and the underworld are hoarded by the river Boon Charon, whose services are often tendered to the wealthiest within Elysium.
He really gets around.
He does. Yeah, I was half expecting the guy that we just encountered to be Charon, but in more of his final form. Because Charon is basically the Grim Reaper, in that he harbors people to and from the underworld. But it seems like this other guy that we just met is similar, but not exactly the same.
Should be useful.
In that way. I don't recognize his name, really, other than the obvious comparison to Thanos, but... Anyways, carrying on. This is the
break.
Yeah. Final floor. The final room. For, going into the Minotaur fight. I mean, we did just buy a bunch of life, so this is not terribly meaningful. You get that?
The gods.
An upgrade... Well, either one of these I would think would be very helpful. Increasing the damage of Ares' aid, or increasing the amount of god gauge that we start off with, making it easier to get this to trigger in the first place. So, get it more often, or more powerful when it does trigger. I think we actually would rather have it trigger more often. Because we are immune to damage when it is in effect. Assuming this will be Minotaur. Or not, actually. I'm very surprised. Just a random, lucky light break. I ran straight into that one. See, there's a mini shop here as well. I gotta get rid of you. There's gotta be more though, right? Yep. Some of you are bowmen, some of you are not. Have to get you. Okay. You are dead. Thankfully. Actually, I have to trap kill you. Not so fast, isn't it? I think you're the last one. Eh? Oh, uh-oh. Oh, not the butterfly dudes. Anything but the butterfly dudes. Not really been charging up my attack all the way as of late. There are still other... Oh, I ran straight into that. Butterfly spawners. I see that we have this all the way up. So I'm going to take advantage of it. There we go.
Always a pleasure. Hear me on my authority.
Alright, special is stronger and can deflect. Attack is strong. We have not had any normal attack upgrades, I don't think. After we take damage to nearby foes, or damage to nearby foes, and briefly deflect. Briefly deflect, is that just a universal deflect everything for a brief amount of time? I don't know what to make of that. And obviously this is rare, this is normal. Haven't really been using our special again. I think we did pick up something earlier that made our special slightly more powerful, so... Yeah, this would start to make it more meaningful, of course. Okay. I have to try to make more of a committed effort. Start using it now. I thought I saw a mini shop. I did. At this rate, might be necessary. I actually would still have a little bit left over at the end of it. Remind me what the other rooms are coming up next? Gems, both of which have the skull of them, which makes me think that we ought to do this. Okay. So, gems or keys? Take your pick. I'm going to go keys. Ask me why. Ooh, we have a shield, which not have a lot of experience going up against. I think has been an area in which I've not done the best in the past. Thinking of Theseus, of course. But using our dash to deal some damage could be very helpful. Come here. Okay, there's gotta be more, right? Yeah. And he brought some friends, too. Okay, did at least get rid of one of you. For that. Did I use a special? What? Oh, I see you. I see you. Stop running. Stop running. Stop running. Stop running! One of them came back, I think. It was silly of me. And let's use this. I know it wasn't quite full. It does give us that kill. It does give us that kill. Not for long, it isn't. Thank you. Get blown up, please. Thank you. There we go. Okay. 2 keys. Not an amazing reward. When you consider all we went through to get that, and I think I'm gonna pass on the darkness. Alright, now I suspect this is probably the last encounter before Minotaur, because these both look like it could be rooms with no enemies in them, which is generally what happens before a boss fight. We don't have a lot of coins. We spent a lot. So yes, I will take this, although this is also a room with another form of healing in it, or not. It is not. See, got a little bit of coins here.
That's good.
I'm gonna have to settle for that, which does kinda stink. Unless you're gonna give me life, but I don't think so. No. Here we go. Is the Minotaur. Second time we've been here only. Oh, what? Never mind. We go straight into this fight. I did not realize. I thought we were still going to have that little preview fight in which we fight only the Minotaur, but no, we go straight into Theseus plus the Minotaur.
Best not belittle him, King. He is more powerful than he appears. We must remain alert this time.
Oh, I am perfectly alert right now, Asterius. And were I still alive, I would be positively salivating at the thought of running through this pustule with my spear, or whichever means I had available. Now let's go.
Hey. Trying to use more range this time. Oh, I missed with that one, I think. Maybe not with that one. Yeah, that was a little silly there. Block that. Oop, you're speedy. You missed. You missed again. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Was a mistake. Oh, I was right next to him when he did that. Probably not where I ought to have been. Yeah, nor was that. Also not what I meant to do. Apparently, we're going more aggressive on that. Oh, you're using your speedy stuff. You missed, thankfully. This is certainly not looking great at the moment. Not that I really expected it to go great. Out. Yo, we are not looking good right now. This is already more than I would have expected us to do. Oh, I don't have any meter. I would have loved. Oh, I forgot we have that. Thank you, Lucky Dude. Trying to get behind here. I was not quick enough. Gotta be a little more mindful of where that is in the future, I think. Use our scenery, our environment to our advantage. Except I still don't have a great way to stop you from dealing damage there. That was not good either. We have 5 lights at the moment, so we are about to die. Yep.
Well done, Asterius.
I mean, not bad. Given how I still don't love using the shield, and yet we made it
Oh, I want a rematch now.
close to, if not the furthest we've gone thus far. I mean, we've made it to those two once before. I don't know, life-wise, if we dealt more damage this time round than we did the previous go-round.
Oh, I just knew that you'd be back soon as I heard you face the champion of Elysium himself. You know, I've heard that among mortals, it's an honor to be killed by somebody like Theseus. Keep it up and maybe you'll be famous too.
Thanks, Hypnos.
Maybe. Wonder what jobs the house contractor has available.
Yeah, we are not at 300 gems just yet. Passed up on a little bit of opportunity to take more.
She is gone. You are never going to locate her. I thought you would have come to that conclusion for yourself by now. But apparently it must be said.
You mean Mother? How would you even know? You said reaching the surface was impossible as well, and I'm in striking distance.
Or so it seems.
This is my final warning to you, boy. To cease this mindless quest. Or else the consequences shall be worse than what you have experienced thus far.
We'll see about
Sorry,
that.
Father. I'm not afraid of you.
Ooh, take that.
I haven't seen you in a while, lad. You made it to Elysium last time, didn't you?
I did, Achilles. It's crawling with great warriors still looking for a fight. It's not exactly what I was expecting.
Your father's marshaled the most willing ones to deal with you. Doubtless there's much at stake in it for them, if but the pride of having done the task. Although I think that pride will always be their weakness.
Their pride? I'll remember that.
Not sure if there's a way to directly capitalize on that. And I see that our friend, question mark, is still here. Before we talk to him, I want to take this opportunity to gift him because we have not done that yet. And not sure if we will still have the opportunity to do that afterward.
It isn't much then, but I got you something.
You want me to take that off your hands? Fine. But you are taking this from me. And if anybody asks, we're even. Or scratch that. Don't tell anyone about this. Understand?
Okay.
Thank you, Than.
Here's Butterfly. Okay, I'm curious as to what that does, but now let's give him a more typical talk.
Go about your business, Sag. What if Lord Hades saw us chatting like this now? I risked everything by helping you out there and still you failed.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what the final result of that duel? I don't know if that's the right way to describe that, but encounter in which it seemed like the challenge was try to defeat more enemies than he does in the specified amount of time, and apparently we did not succeed there. I mean, I was kind of assuming that was the case, but didn't see anything that concluded one way or the other. Maybe I just didn't see and it was blatantly obvious, but anyways.
Turns out there's quite a lot of dead to fight down in the underworld. Though I probably got farther than I would have thanks to you.
Always happy to oblige. Especially when it causes me to risk my station. To risk everything I've worked for.
Oh. Okay. Nice talking to you too. Let's talk to someone who is silent instead. Like the house contractor. Yeah, so this is the one that I was saying I want to try to save up for. We're close. We might have had an opportunity to get more gems in the previous run, but I wanted to make sure that we were playing a little bit safely to make sure, since it looked like we were making it pretty far, that we could go as far as possible and plan in the short term rather than the long term. So, we're close, but we're not there yet. I'm deliberately going to hold off getting this. Can afford the big one. What's up, Meg?
You and your sisters really don't get along well, do you?
Alecto and Tisiphone and I each have a different outlook, I would say. We've learned mostly to stay out of one another's way.
That doesn't sound like a healthy basis for a relationship between siblings.
Are you lecturing me about healthy relationships with families, Zagreus? Your family, your father's family, is the most broken and corrupted in the history of the entire concept.
I mean, she has a point.
Fair point. I didn't mean to sound like I had any meaningful advice there, Meg. We're stuck with our bloodlines and our relatives, aren't we?
Your family cut their Titan parents into pieces and then scattered them in Tartarus. Remember that when next you tell me about family.
Thanks. Happy chat.
What's in stock?
Let's go back to talking to people who don't talk back. And... I mean... If we can do multiple rounds of this, then we might actually be able to get to 300 gems and make that purchase, but I think there are also some interesting things that cost 12 keys that I want to make sure we are also able to do. What's up here? Oh, yep.
What are these shades up to now? Hey, room, I'm back.
Let's go to the mirror. And yes, so now we can unlock privilege status. Each rank gives you plus 25% damage versus foes afflicted by at least 2 status curse effects. Okay, so like Doom, Poison, Weak, all those things that we get from some of our boons. It could be good. I mean, that's only, well, I would think that that might only happen against major bosses in which we have the time to do various different kinds of attacks to make sure this effect kicks in. But if we have the right stack of boons, maybe we have general poison applied to everything and, I don't know, Doom on our default attack, in which case we can get both relatively easily. Not sure. Otherwise, each rank gives you a 1% greater chance for a boon to have rare effects. It's an awfully small percentage there. I mean, we do have a lot of darkness, so maybe this is worth giving it a shot. Let's see.
In power.
Okay, so, I mean, we have chaos effects that we'll pick up that have something like 13-ish%. So, that's a pretty significant investment for 13%. So if we can get somewhere in that range. Oh, it only costs 50 and it doesn't go up each time. That's significant. Okay. In that case, 22%. That's not bad. That's something. And if it doesn't raise in price each time, then it wouldn't be terribly difficult to make this scale pretty quickly. I don't know what the cap is. Maybe we can get all the way to 100%, in which case that'd be pretty sweet.
Grows.
Alright, one more thing I want to check out before we continue. And that is, what is the Pierced Butterfly that we just got from THANOS? Gain 1% damage each time you clear an encounter without taking damage. Ooh, I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot. That is cool. So I'm thinking of, in particular, in Tartarus, when the encounters are comparatively much easier than they are in Asphodel, and certainly much simpler than they are in Elysium, might be able to use that to start to rack up maybe 15-ish%. I think 15 might be the number of rooms it takes to get to the boss arena. So if you have a perfect Tartarus, then you're looking at roughly 15% increased damage. It carries over even once you do get into Asphodel and into Elysium. And at that point, you might not be getting much in addition to that 15, because it gets tricky from there on out. But that's certainly, I think, worth exploring. So we'll keep an eye on that one. I think I'm going to go back to the coin purse, at least for now. How many more do we need? 36? Yeah, so with a couple runs, I think we can fully level this up. Maybe even one really successful run. Then, I'll be eyeing this one for sure.
Again.
Alright, and with that, I mean, like I was saying before, arguably our best run thus far. Very, very close. I'd have to double check, but I mean, I wasn't really expecting it, because I'm not a huge fan of using the shield, but somehow we pulled it off. So I think that's a good sign of our future efforts to make it into Elysium and into that boss fight against Theseus and the Minotaur. So we'll see what we can do. That's going to wrap things up for now. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.